because they already have that match point. Do you think that it's going to relax them a little bit? Is it going to give them a little bit more time for them to calm the nerves? Or do you think that that actually adds up to the pressure?
I think it definitely adds up, right? This is where teams kind of falter at a lot of times, right? As you are close to the finish line, you really want to give in all you got. And this is where if a team like BLACKLIST, they're known to be able to hold on against pressure. And when you finally break, that is when the floodgates open and BIGETRON might get punished.
I like the way that you put it like that, Ken. It's actually very logical. When you actually are very close to the finish line, you really want to sprint. It's just that. It's like you see the finish line in there, and then you start just pushing a lot faster and a lot faster. And pacing here and this kind of change of momentum might bring in some big mistakes. And that's where the baton actually falls.
Yes, they need to be very patient because, you know, now we're in group stages, it's a best of 5. As we head up into knockout, it's going to be a best of 7. Teams need to learn how to pace themselves. They need to understand sometimes you need to burn certain compositions away from your opponents. And looks like BIGETRON, that is not going to be the case. They are going in for that prio pick on the Dharma for Bao.
First time that is going to be available. If it is available, I am going to take it. Sadly for BLACKLIST, they could not keep banning that. It was too much to keep in there if they would allow assassins like the Mashiranui or the Jet.
Yeah. This is a very scary thing, right? When you're playing against strong teams, immediately you want to ban out the comfort picks. We know Zhang Qiu's Jing. That is not something you want to allow him to play. And you know, you pick the lesser of two evils because when you play against good teams, it's what kind of problem do I want to face? Because whatever you give them, it is going to be a problem.
Oh, look at that. Gan and Mo from BIGETRON by Vitality. They're really going to be looking just for the real burst damage. It is a lock, and that's going to be painful to receive.
Yes, it is. And I mean, now you have massive tank from the side of BIGETRON. I like this response by BLACKLIST International, right? So with the Seer State, you will be able to get down the Flowborn tank once he's down past 10%. But in order to do so, you need the burst damage. This is why the Long is such a great pick here.
Lapu Lapu and Ogren provide tankiness. They allow sustain. And when you have something so painful like the Gan and Mo in front of you, that sustain is going to be really welcome. You cannot allow yourself just to receive and just be burst out by the Gan and Mo. Because of the mechanics of the Gan and Mo, being accurate is very difficult. But in the moment that you're accurate, it pays off very highly.
Yeah, this is definitely something to consider here. And I feel like BLACKLIST International, the answer here would be an Umbrosa. I'm curious to see if BIGETRON is going to ban out the Umbrosa because Umbrosa means free dive. You have space for the Organ, you have space for the Lapu Lapu to create space for the Loom. And there's damage.
I just completely love to see just the way how right now BLACKLIST International is just putting BTR in such a difficult place. No Chano, no Direnzie, already no early for BTR, no Trichap. What option do they have? The options for the farm lane are very limited.
That's true. But that's also why BIGETRON is kind of like focused on that mid lane burst damage potential, right? And BLACKLIST International, they are happy to take this. They are hovering over the higher. That will be picked up. Now I'm curious to see what is going to be the class lane for the side of BLACKLIST International. But that is saved for the last pick so they can counter pick whatever the BIGETRON is going to try and formulate right now.
Let's wait and see what BTR is going to show us as their last two picks are just coming in online. This is a very difficult moment. Erin might be an option, just being able just to deal a lot more magical damage. The problem is with that Erin pick, there's a lot of magical damage coming in from BTR. Lady Sun seems to be a lot better, just even more burst.
Yes, even more burst. The rolling raid will be able to allow you to get out of very sticky situations that Blacklist International might present you here. My question is, as the higher, which is going to be in the hands of Dragon, who do you stop in the team fights?
Well, if I would be looking to stop onto someone, it is just going to have to be the Gun and Mo, man. For me, just getting the Gun and Mo out of there, just being able to just get in the Moonscape Mirage, it makes it extremely easy just to take away that element out of the equation. So the mobility from our members is going to be a lot easier. Taking Gun and Mo out of the equation, it says that Bigetron's 50% of all the damage that is going to be dealt is away. It is a good opening for BLCK.
I like it. You know what? I'm gonna add in a secondary viewpoint for this. I would actually go for Zhang Q. Lock away the tank. Everyone is pretty squishy.
That is true. So it means that you need to initiate that first, right? As the Flowborn tank is going to jump in, pull him out. But then you need the follow-up to be quick in there, right? Because if you pull him out and then there's no follow-up and there's no actual fight happening as you come out, you're gonna die.
That's true. I mean, the onus on that is if you lock in Zhang Q as Dragon, hopefully your team dives the hell out of Bigetron's lineup here. Because you can get rid of the Gun and Mo, you can get rid of the Lady Sun. Yeah, it should be easy pickings. Yes, Flowborn tank is tanky, but not a 1v5 hero.
I love it, man. Like, it's just one of those things that we will be able to explore more as 2026 passes and how the year evolves, right? Like, being able to see how the GAN, how these heroes like the Haya are going to be developed into the culture of each of these clubs. How they will start understanding exactly not only the mechanics, but the strategies that you can play with that Haya pick.
That's true. I mean, this is just an introduction to the professional scene for us, as Haya has been newly introduced into Honor of Kings Global. But with this being said, there are heroes here we are very familiar with, Joshi with Yalgren as well. Do you expect that he's going to go for the Tuskbor Camp Steel at level 1?
It has to.
Enemy minions
it has to. Come on, like when something is working, when something consistently functions, why just to deter out of it, right? Like, you need to just keep doing it, just keep going at it again and again and again until it does not work no more.
Okay, and it looks like they understand this. So Zhang Q is actually going to stand in the brush right beside the Tuskbor as they work onto that initial wave clear.
He's already learning his lesson, and he's actually someone very smart, right? Like, he already can take all that information and make decisions based on that.
And I like this movement by the side of Blacklist International. They do have an advantage in the farm lane here. But here comes Gen Myth. If he's looking for that final hit onto that fire beak there, will secure it for the team. So that's good news for the side of Bigetron. Meanwhile, Blacklist looking for that finishing blow. Joshi, he's ready with a Spriteling as well.
Look at that F1, still level 1. It's going to be really difficult. Joshi comes in. That's one of the beautiful things about that Ogren, right? It can be so aggressive in these first stages of the game because there's no actual damage that could actually take him out.
Okay, this is not looking good. F1, he is now in the middle of two different members. F1 uses the flash. He might have to get first blood. And with that, it will be first blood. Shammy 1 responsible for Blacklist success in the first and a half minute.
The Sakir overstepping, thought that he could get out of that brush quick enough. Even by using the flash, it's not going to be enough. It's going to be first blood for Blacklist. A very good opening one more time for the PKL team.
Yeah, and this is at the cost of using the flash as well. Now F1 will be back in lane. Gen Myth does have access to his ultimate no longer. And at this point, Blacklist understand. They have the numbers advantage, they have the damage as well. Joshi's level 5. He can definitely take them on here.
Oh, look at that. It's gonna come in right now. Joshi being able to take control of all of the resources. Look at that. Nothing that they can do. Tranky sees him in there, cannot engage right now. He's gonna have to just clean the wave and go back. The way that Joshi is playing today, it's actually really well done, right? Like very meditated. He does not jump or jump too much. And at the end of the day, he comes in and he gets most of the resources. Every single time that he jumps, he does get the objectives that he wants.
It's pretty important. And to complement that, you know, Champion 1 has been really successful against Bao so far in this game. Once again, Joshi is going to secure every single thing available. And here we go. Bao misses his truth mantra here.
Whoa.
Will have to pay the price by staying alone at the lane to clear the wave as Joshi will TP to the mid to ramp up his farm even faster.
Bao over there on that wide ulti, right? Hits the Proxet and it's a little bit wide. That is a very big issue. But well, nothing dangerous for him. It's just one of those little mistakes that might affect confidence.
Which is why I was talking about the fatigue, right? You want to end the game fast. And because if you lose a series, I feel like it's a guarantee, soft guarantee that Blacklist will take this entire series.
Well, it's difficult to say. It is very difficult to say, but at the same time, I understand the logic behind it. Before I make my point, look at this, a 3v1 against Bao.
Yep, response by ZanQ is immediate here, F1 as well with the heals. But Chaz is around the corner. This can instantly turn into a 4v3, which is not ideal for the side of BIGETRON. Bear in mind, they do have their outs, but this is the 4-minute mark. I think the neutral objectives are more important at this point. Chaz going to use his dash to make sure he is staying safe, and quite a bit of damage onto that reforged couple blades here.
Wow, when the blades hit, they hit hard. That is very difficult. That's one of the reasons why that Ganamo is such a difficult hero to play against. Look at that, Moonscape Mirage.
Yep, Dragon catches Bao in the depths of the Mirage here. We'll be able to set that. This is going to be a 4v5. They can start to have success here if Blacklist plays their cards right, of which they are already doing so. They're pushing BTR away. At the same time, Champion 1 working hard on a T1 at the top should be secured in a moment's notice.
Red team has destroyed
Lovely how we were
tower.
discussing at the beginning who should Dragon pull into the Moonscape Mirage, right? And then one of the options, we were talking about how it was needed to be the Ganon Mo, how it needed to be ZanQ on that Flowborn, but it ended up being Bao the target of that ulti.
Because he probably would have been the game changer. A multi-man catch with the Truth Mantra is definitely going to make life so much more difficult for this other Blacklist. And I like this decision making. Blacklist actually gave away the first Tyrant of the game, but to take the trade to steal away ZanQ's Azure Golem. And ZanQ needs his Azure buff really quite a lot.
Well, that's the thing, right? At the end of the day, it's not just written on stone that you must go for the Tyrant every single time, right? Like sometimes you need to just look at what puts it in there. Look at that Dragon out of the map.
Yep, and that's going to be an instant kill. Bao here will be saved by the Spriteling with the shields as well. They are trying to hold Joshi off, and the life bars on the side of BIGETRON are not falling too fast. Blacklist unable to find the finish here, which means they have to deal with the loss of Dragon with no rewards in return.
That is going to be very painful for them, as right now the minions are coming in one more time and the mid lane turret is going to keep receiving so much more pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about creating space for Genmith, right? Ideally, what ZanQ would have wanted was that if he could take Joshi out and take away that Azure buff that was on his body, that would have been prime for the side of BIGETRON by Vitality. Unfortunately, not going to happen.
That would have been the ideal scenario, but right now I'm already starting to understand how BIGETRON wants to play this Flowborn and Ganon Mo combo. In the moment that the Flowborn is jumping in, immediately, like it's just not even a matter of a second after the Ganon Mo blades are coming in and flying straight to where the Flowborn is.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. And you know what, Isaac? That is one of the multitude of options they have. You have the Bao Truth Mantra as well. Can you imagine that? That's going to be an insane amount of damage and catch potential from the side of BIGETRON here. So Blacklist, they need to play and position themselves well. And this is exactly what's happening. Champion 1 making a split push as they defend this aggression coming in from the side of BIGETRON.
That ZanQ has eyes on 4 members from Blacklist. Gotta be careful right now. It's going to be the Moonscape Mirage.
Okay, they are putting in the damage for the side of Lanfeng here. Nice flash from the side of Bao. He wants to get the Truth Mantra down, unable to find it. Bao will be the first to fall. An instant deletion by the side of Joshi, and this is where BLACKLIST can shine. 3, 4 members will be taken down. Zankyu leaving Genmith all alone in the mid. He has to defend. I think he has to run away. And Genmith here, still comfortable with staying, but Golden Kite is around the corner. All he needs is that big burst of damage. And BTR. Genmith, he really needs to be playing safe here. He will back off for the time being.
It is a quadra kill coming in for Joshi. The first quadra kill of our KIS4. The first quadra kill of 2026. Congratulations goes to Joshi. As we can look at the instant replay, right? The Truth Mantra comes in. It is able to find onto members, but just the Ogre is so tanky. Val just cannot survive that.
Yep, it's pretty insane because that looked like a perfect catch from the side of Bao, but unfortunately that Truth Mantra did not lay his hands onto Golden Kite. So Golden Kite actually bought some time for his team. That's how they really changed that team fight there.
Well, I'm not going to jinx it, but I have to say it. This smells like 5th game. It does smell like that.
I agree with you on this one. I don't know. We have seen the comeback, right, from the side of BIGETRON. We'll see if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, true.
Radiance going to be dropped down and slow Joshi down, but the Sprite Link immediately put into place. BLACKLIST did not manage to get that finishing blow in game number 3 here. So if BTR successfully defend again, this potentially could be another comeback game for BIGETRON by Vitality.
Well, one of the biggest difference in comparison to the previous one is that this time they have a lot of very tanky heroes, BLACKLIST, right? So that's going to allow them a little bit more of that error room. There's a lot more room for mistake in terms of that. I would say that BLACKLIST in this moment, even if they were to make the mistake, it would not just be as painful as in the previous games.
Yeah. Right now, it's really about position. If BLACKLIST manages to delete Lanfeng and Genmith, this game is over. There is no fight. And we'll see how that is going to be like, because the way that BIGETRON are, composing themselves, you know what Bao is looking for. He's looking for the multi-man catch into the Truth Mantra. But the way that they position themselves on BLACKLIST, they're inviting that to happen. They want Bao to come in.
Bao is trying to come in. The problem is that he is not being as accurate as we are used to. And that is a very big problem. You can see the Tyrant just being 50%, but the counter attack.
Yep, that is exactly what they're looking for as well. Lanfeng is going to be the first one to be taken down. Genmith going to follow suit. No, will make it out for the time being. But this means BLACKLIST have the numbers advantage. And the Sakia F1 going to be taken down. Zankyu going to buy some time for the team by clearing the wave in the mid. But this is the 10-minute mark. BLACKLIST, they have to make the damage come through. And that's going to come in the form of the Shadow Tyrant. Zankyu knows not to be greedy. TP's back home.
Yeah, exactly. He could have actually go in there for that Crimson Golem, but that would be a little bit too big of an overstep. The Tyrant was just a little bit of a hook, trying to bring in the BTR members. And as everyone just came in to check on the Tyrant, the counter immediately happened, taking Lanfeng and F1 back to the fountain. Right now, BLACKLIST has full control of the map. They've got 70 seconds of the Dark Tyrant buff as well.
Look at the goal difference between the junglers here. 5-0 and 3 for the side of Joshi. He is the main carry for the team at this point. And this is a huge benefit for BLACKLIST because Zankyu is supposed to be the tank, but he is far from being able to tank any of the damage coming from BLACKLIST.
11 minutes in the game, we can see waves coming in from 3 different directions. The Ogrand can get eyes on the members from BTR, sending them back. The one turret is going to fall over there in farm lane. The ones in clash lane and the mid lane will still stand.
Great job by the side of BLACKLIST International. A much more composed BLACKLIST International. And with that, 20 seconds left on that Primal Bond, they're going to start working on their own jungle camps and start positioning for that Shadow Overlord take. So based on what's happening now, BLACKLIST International, by all measure and by all metrics, shouldn't be able to lose this game. They just need to take 2 more T3s.
hopefully they won't be able, because I really want to keep watching more of these games.
Yeah,
I, really
I want to
to
see one more as
a
well.
little bit more action, man. Please, I want more of this.
And this is so funny because Blacklist, they always have this very confident hold in the early parts of the game, but it feels like late game is not their strongest. So I want to see, does BTR outlast Blacklist in this game, or does Blacklist really hit the nail in the coffin here and end their dream of BTR for a 3-1 victory?
Let's wait and see what's going to happen over here with this wave of bangers. If they are able to just open all of the lanes over here for bangers and then get the 14-minute super minion waves coming in, that I do believe that that will be the end of the game here for Blacklist and BTR. Let's wait and see. First bangers waves are going to come in. That's going to be a free turret that they will take over there in the clash lane. Nothing to do in there for BTR to contest that one.
Yeah, that was a guarantee, right? The moment the Vanguard was in range of the backdoor protection, that was a guarantee because Golden Kite is so far ahead. It's at level 15 already. A familiar story in the previous games. Right now, Blacklist, can they be crystal clear and super clean?
Well, the good news for BTR is that they have Ganon Mo that can actually clean those dragons very quickly, right? Now
here we go. The setup by the side of Chaz has been taken out as well, but Zangqiu gets the first kill of the game onto Chaz. At this point, Zangqiu will trade his life. Genmith and Lanfeng, they need to survive the fight. They are the damage dealers, but Lanfeng has been taken down. Genmith as well as F1, they're the last hope for the side of BTR, and it looks like that hope is no longer. Blacklist comes back and ties things up 2-2.
Blacklist comes in and takes one more game. It's gonna be a 2-2. It's gonna send us all the way to the 5th game. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for one more game. Aren't you happy about this?
Yeah, definitely happy. And I mean, this is to be expected, right? Joshi on the Ogren, another staple pick for this guy. He has performed really well in 2025, and as we step into the first lap of 2026 in KIS 4, this is why Ogren should be banned when you're playing against Joshi.
I think that the Ogre needs to be a little bit, take a lot more priority from what I have seen in these last 2 days, man. Like, I've seen a lot of those very tanky heroes just been really good. And the Ogre not only is tanky, but it can deal a lot of damage. So it's important that we start understanding how this 2026 is looking like, because in this patch, in this meta, did you see how the Ogre just stood there receiving lots of burst damage and actually not being affected by it? It is something that we need to go back and study for sure.
Yep, the lifesteal, the sustain is what makes Ogren really scary, right? Because not only can he tank, he also has a built-in execute button, right? The moment he activates his first skill or drops his ultimate down, he enters the seer state. Once you're below 10% of your health, that's instant life gone. You will be taken out, deleted from the game. And it was so difficult because he was playing really well with his first skill. Look, Genmith as the Ganamo, it's so hard to aim, and Lanfeng, no way. He got caught so many times.
Yeah, no, it was actually really difficult for Lanfeng in this game. I think that the pick of the Lady Sun was not the best for them. Just having that Lady Sun in there was very difficult. It limited a lot what he could do. The Lady Sun and the Sakir, the combo in there did not work as they actually would have wanted to.
No, it felt like F1 didn't really have many options, right? He did not manage to get his Mulberry power too many times in this game.
Well, and that's one of the things when you have the Sakir, right? Like, the Sakir is actually an interesting hero because it can fly around, it has mobility, and it has some sort of initiation. So that's actually really good. The problem is that Lady Sun, and the way that I understand the game, might need a little bit more of a tankier kind of hero, just to go around with her, that can actually allow her to be more mobile and to really understand how she just needs a bodyguard. Let's just put it like that. Lady Sun needs a bodyguard.
Definitely need one, because there were 3 big things happening for the side of Blacklist International. Chami won, as well as Chaz. And I believe Golden Kite, okay, Golden Kite does have like his ride the wind burst in terms of like getting the CC down. Chemi 1 as well as Chaz, both of them had the frigid charge. So the moment they were close and within range of Lanfeng, he was guaranteed to be gone.
Very good performance here for Blacklist International. This is one of those games where there was no come and go, right? Like all these previous 3 games, we always saw like the pendulum going from left to right, and then just one of the teams just kind of like just allowing the other one to come back. But in this one, it wasn't. It was just Blacklist since minute 2 all the way until minute 14. Look at that.
Yeah, insane. Very consistent performance. There was very little room for BIGETRON to do what they wanted across the map, right? The initial idea of, okay, let's get ZanQ to dive in and set the range so that Genmyth could get the couple blades down did not appear too many times, and Blacklist took full advantage of the gold efficiency that they had and the gold gap.
The goal gap in here just demonstrates the supremacy of Blacklist in this specific game, right? I'm really happy that we're going to be able to see that 5th game, right? Sadly, in here, like we were able to see Ball's Dharma. We created so much hype around the fact that, oh, we will be able to see his Dharma, that his performance was a little bit more on the disappointing side, I would say.
Yeah, because he couldn't find the farms. He couldn't find the angles as well. And at every point in time where he wanted to commit the Flash Truth Mantra ultimate, Blacklist were always ready for it.
Every single time, like they had already a plan in motion. Look at Joshi's map right over there. Wow, this is just
invasion.
Complete top performance. Insane.
Yeah, very insane. Because at the start we were kind of considering, okay, does he go for the invade? No, they just paired up, cleared the ways. But his game plan wasn't to invade at the start, it's to invade for the rest of the game. And boy, that strategy worked brilliantly for the side of Blacklist International. And the difference maker here between the mid laners, Dragon was getting all his ultimates on point.
Lanfeng on that Lady Sun, very difficult, very, very difficult game. Could not actually participate in most of it. Like he participated in the kill, but how many kills did they actually have? That is exactly the problem here. Lady Sun just tried to deal some damage, but was never able to really just get the gold necessary to have her damage online.
It's sight for sore eyes for the Blacklist International fans, right? This is the kind of recovery we were asking for. And with that, our MVP, once again, we know it's going to be Joshi with the MVP performance onto this Ogren here, the Soul Guide, 5-0-6. Not just dealing the damage, tanking it as well.
Well, this is exactly what I wanted to see today from Joshi. That is why we were discussing it here at the beginning of the game, that it was going to be a matter of just seeing which of these 2 junglers, it's going to be ZanQ, is it going to be Joshi, who's going to have a better performance today. Joshi in this one with a very, very, very clear pinnacle performance of what he can actually do.
Yeah, this one was really a big miscomp, right? At the start of the game, Genmyth did get a nice shutdown onto Dragon. And this is where the miscommunication happened, right? The moment Val went in, it felt like the team was very disconnected. There was no follow-up until it was too late.
Blue team has destroyed a tower. Red team quadro kill.
Beautiful. I love seeing quadra kills.
Red team.
Do you want me to tell you something, Ken? I like more triple kills than quadra kills. Because when you get a quadra kill, you start looking around like, where is the next person? Where is he? I need to find him just for that penta. At least in the triple kills, you know that you're still pretty far away though.
Yeah, and that, removes that potential greed. That might cost you the game. But at this point, it does not matter. The crystal was already exposed. And of course, Blacklist International, what a performance from them in this game number 4, which means we welcome you to game number 5.